Yeah, I mean, my guests are with my associates more than they are me sometimes. So it's really, really important to me when hiring a new associate or us, creating our relationship that we're two peas in a pod, that we like flow between each other. And I don't second guess my associate ever. I have full trust in them. I'm like, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is what, our next step is. And they're like, all right, do you want to mix up this toner for them? And I'm like, yes. And so it's just, there's full trust between the both of us. And I really, really think the difference in, having a really good associate versus, we do say in Summit, associate versus assistant, is you guys are a team, and it's very important you work together. And I always say that to my clients. I'm like, all right, this is my associate, Erin. We're going to be working together today. And then there's no questions. Like, people are like, do they ask you, do they feel weird about your associate doing it? And I'm like, they love it. They think it's so cool. And there's never any like negativity towards it. It's nothing but positivity. Something that I learned in the very beginning, that if it's not a good relationship with, for them and us, they're not good for Urban Betty, and it's also not benefiting them in any way. So that was a very big growing point as being an educator. Was I love and I care so much that it's like, not everybody is a right fit. Not everybody's going to work out. And then also too, when I first started becoming an educator, I was training all of the new associates for the stylists that were full-time educators. So I had a lot of people that I passed off after I trained, but I feel like now I have a good system and I know what to hire for. And so I interview tons of people before I make a decision. Right. And it's not ever been like they don't graduate because they're not good, or like it's been a negative thing. It's like they want to pursue something else, or, they're like, I don't know if I can keep up with the speed of this. It's a huge commitment, and it takes a lot, and, it's really hard. So I appreciate them, and I will love them forever, and I will always support their careers. Yeah. So it's just, that was like, I think one of the biggest learning points as an educator of, okay, not everybody's gonna graduate and like end up working here, and that's okay. I have more time with them because I have a 30-minute time slot with every single one of my guests, and they have all of my attention. Instead of me, bouncing back and forth, they have 30 minutes of my time, where they're talking. And I feel like now more than ever, I have more time with them and quality time with them. And they appreciate me more because they're not in the salon for 4 hours or whatever the time looks like. But for me, I feel closer to my clients now than I ever have. The amount of sticky notes I had to write down and break down every minute, I was like, this isn't working. I'm like, I just have to do it and just give myself 2 weeks to acclimate to it, and it's going to be okay. Like, you just got to take the first step forward and just trust that, your knowledge and your associate and your team that you have is going to knock it out of the park. And just keep going with a smile and just know that everything's going to be okay. I always say, I'm like, it's going to be fine. Like, it always works out at the end of it. And, at the end of the day, it's what we love. And our passion, I think, takes over, like, the time management of things and the breaking down of every little second. And it just becomes fun. And it's fun to work in a team and create beautiful hair and allowing our guests to have what I call the Beyonce experience.